Is that supposed to be my intro or something?
No, that's the notification I get when, it's just my notification sound. But yeah, that is your, YouTube thing. I just got a notification about it.
Dang, alright. What is up, goblins? I'm Scully the Goblin. How are you goblins doing today? Seriously, how the hell are you? So, if you read the title, you read it correctly. Predator Hunting Grounds Update Discussion. So, this video is going to be me and Chris of the Abyss
What we wish would be in the future updates.
Yes, what we hope to see in future Predator Hunting Grounds updates. From animals to new types of predators, including fire team classes, to basically new types of weapons in that.
And animals, everything else. New environments, maybe.
New environments, and even game modes.
Yes. Like hide and seek, that would be fun.
You think they would add like a game mode like that to like Friday the 13th the game, but nope. Alright, ready up. So, oh, I should probably mention, if you don't know who Chris of the Abyss is, go subscribe to him. Go check him out. His profile picture is of a skull in a hood.
It's me, just with a skull feature over my
Yeah,
face.
I know. He has 91 subscribers, by the way.
Jesus Christ, I have no clue how.
If I unsubscribe, he only has 90. But I am not told to do that.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Oh yeah, sorry everybody if I don't seem as happy and as cheerful as I usually am. I'm just exhausted and had a rough day today.
Should I tell them, or...?
Did they not hear me?
Yeah, but I meant, like, why you're... Never mind. Let's stick to the thing.
Oh, my bike got stolen. It's my only mode of transportation. I had to walk for like an hour just to get home.
Yeah. Well, we got 2 people watching. Nice. I mean, one of them is me, but hey. Sorry about that, goblins. Alright, Chris, what do you want to start off with? Animals, game modes, maps, weapons, or new types of classes?
Animals will be fun.
Alright, I'll let Chris start off with animals here real quick. What types he would like to see and what he thinks they should like be able to do in the game, including me.
I would like deer in the game, so they would help the fire team be like alerted by the predator that could be close by.
Yeah, or birds.
Birds too.
Sorry, I cut in there.
No, you're good. It's a discussion.
Yep. So how do you think the deer would react to like the predator in that? Do you think it'd be like another food source for it, but the deer would also be able to alert like the fire team? Oh damn! Do you have a sniper? Oh, bitch. Alright, but
Assassin.
oh, I see ya.
No, you don't see shit.
You sure about that?
Yeah, you don't see shit.
Contact down!
You went quiet there. Aren't you gonna talk about the deer?
Oh, basically it would like send out a bellowing wail when the predator gets close by.
You mean the noise, or like you?
Pretty much.
I can't make the noise. Me personally, yeah, I would make it so like if the deer haven't noticed like fire team, like if fire team's nearby, when the predator jumps in like a tree or that or lands on the ground, they will immediately look into like the direction of the predator and basically seize up like a deer in the headlights. And if the predator moves closer, they end up bolting the other way. And the deer's head will always face the predator. What did I just step in? Oh. imagine like deers would only be for certain maps, like they wouldn't appear in jungles.
I could see that. Along
Like I imagine
with, snakes being involved.
I think snakes could actually appear in pretty much all maps, except for winter maps.
Oh shit, you're the predator.
I'm not.
Deploying thermal interference.
I'm not the predator.
I don't like the sound of that.
Told you.
Tango down.
How'd you see me? It's supposed to be invisible. Supposed to be. Now you are.
Not exactly. I guess I'll take it from here, and then I guess we'll move back to you for another animal. I would like to see leopards.
Would be fun.
Now, if you're wondering, Scully, why do you want to see leopards? Well, I imagine leopards would actually attack the fire team plus the predator. Now, I imagine leopards would mostly be found in trees or even on the ground in bushes. They'll basically be hiding, but they'll move around.
Yeah.
I imagine leopards would actually attack, like, the player and predator, and including the other animals on the map. However, I imagine they would only be in the jungle maps.
I can see that.
How are you spawned in so fast?
It's, I have no idea.
But, where was it? Oh, yeah. I imagine leopards would attack the predator and, like, the fire team members. I imagine, like, if a predator's running in a tree and that, and if they're not careful and they're looking at, like, the fire team members, the leopard will jump up and basically attack the predator. To which, then, the predator will actually have to basically press probably square, circle, or B, or whatever controller or console you're on. It'll have to press, like, a button really fast just to pull the leopard off and throw it. Same with fire team members. Actually, I imagine it will just be with the fire team members. With the predator, you just press one button, it grabs the leopard, and then just tosses it. Or kills it, depending on, like... I imagine it would be like a prompt. Like, basically, the predator will end up, like, pulling the leopard off, and then we'll have, like, a choice to drop the leopard, basically let it go, or kill it and claim its skull. Me, I'd probably just let it go. Or maybe, like, make it so you can
actually...
What?
That would actually help explain how the predator gets the jaguar skull trophy.
Yeah, I think that would actually explain it a lot.
Along with, like, the timber wolves and everything else.
Yeah, I do believe timber wolves should also be in the thing, but I do believe the predator could also probably use the jaguar. Like, say you're holding it and you see the fire team. Let's say you're holding it, the jaguar is unable to, like, make a sound because you're holding it so tightly. When it gets close, like a fire team member, you can see like a prompt that'll actually show like the fire team member like glow when he's in like range of like the jaguar. You can drop the jaguar and it'll drop right on the fire team member and start attacking them.
I could see that.
I would also like a new like, oh, let's stick to the animals. I almost cut in there for something else, but I'll let you take it from here. What other animals you would like to see?
The birds to help alert the fire team that the predator's close by.
You're playing as Predator, aren't you?
Yeah.
For fuck's sakes, I thought we were staying as fire team. There you are.
Hi.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Samurai, really? Alright, so what type of things do you think the birds could be used for in the game? Besides alerting the fire team where the predator is when it jumps in a tree.
I think they should also alert the predator just in case.
Yeah, I see how that happens. Me personally, I think if the predator's like crouched down in a tree and waits long enough while being invisible, birds will actually land next to him, to which the predator, or on top of them. Actually, no. I mean, if he's uncloaked, maybe. I don't see a bar for the thing. What the hell? Oh, you're there. That's why.
Yeah, I was practically. I was just chilling in invisibility.
but I imagine basically the birds could be like a health source for the predator. Like, if the predator is low on health...
Something's got me!
Really? I imagine if the predator is low on health, the predator could grab like a bird and basically... I don't want to sound sadistic here. Bite its head off.
It's for, like protein and shit.
Yeah, to basically heal itself. I imagine there would be different types of birds. However, I do imagine like certain birds could see the predator at all times.
Keep shooting!
How's your health?
Yeah, you almost had me. Anyway, another thing I want them to, like a class to put in.
Oh, I thought we were...
Tribals.
Oh, there's some animals. Alright.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Now, I got 4 more animals I would actually like to see. Surprise!
Yeah, very much surprised. You had me. You had me really surprised for a second there.
How come? I got stuck. Where are you?
Oh shit, you gonna steal my tactic, huh?
What's wrong, Clevis? I had to. But, what was that one wolf called again? I wasn't trying to swap weapons. What the fuck just happened?
Probably ran out of ammo or something.
Probably. So, anyways, oh, Timberwolves, was it?
Yeah.
Here's my question. Don't Timberwolves, like, move in jungles and forests and that? That, yes or no?
So
I
what?
can't remember.
What was the question?
Timberwolves.
What was the question?
Are they in forests and jungles and that?
Yeah.
Alright, so I imagine, like, Timberwolves would be, like... How many fucking traps do you need?
I placed it. Where did you go?
I have no clue. I just went through the map. I'm still following. What the hell?
Yeah! Auto win! Yeah. Did you die?
I don't know. I just popped back up over here and I didn't die. Like, it says I'm still alive. I'm invisible right now.
You're invincible. Oh, shit.
I basically turned into Predator, but I imagine the wolves, like, would act a certain way in, like, the game. I imagine wolves won't be aggressive unless provoked by Fireteam. Like, if you constantly keep getting close to them, they'll become more aggressive. I imagine, like, wolves would move in packs of 3 in, like, the matches and that. And if you go near, like, a little cave crevice area or that, you have a chance of finding, like, a wolf pack in, like, a den. You'll find some of them laying down and some of them, like, looking around in that. However, wolves would be able to see the predator all the time.
Where the hell are you at?
I don't know. I'm in a tree and I can't see you.
Can't see you either.
Which tree are you in? Oh, I see you now.
How the...
You just jumped up here with me. What the hell?
Yeah, I'm not gonna survive this one.
I don't think you are.
Depending on where you're at, I guess. There.
Sword versus sword.
Oh, fuck!
What was it? You can't say that.
I can say that.
Dude. I don't want to get...
You're not
but
gonna
anyways.
get demonetized.
I imagine wolves would basically act as like something that will attack the predator when they're provoked in that. However, I imagine wolves would also be a source of healing for the predator. However, if like the predator killed one wolf, basically another wolf would howl, giving the predator's location away. because the fire team would be able to hear it. But here's the thing: wolves in the area become aggressive and charge at the predator. Basically, they'll track down the predator.
Oh.
Another animal I want to see is dogs. Now, I don't imagine dogs would actually be a food source for a predator. I imagine it would be something else. You're not the
What
predator,
you doing
are you?
over here? How are you still alive?
I don't know. I keep swinging.
Jesus.
Now, I imagine dogs would be like a companion to basically guerrilla forces.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you?
Hiding.
Found one of your corpses.
Get away from me.
Ah, come face your death like a man.
Alright. Come here. That's what you do.
You didn't kill me, dude.
I know.
I just want you to meet the executioner.
Fun.
And might I just say, your bloods will run red like her skin.
Not really.
That did not
Green.
make sense. Did
No,
it?
because my blood's green. Why are you running? Come here. Face your death like a woman. Nice try, though. Quit running! Fight like a woman!
I am!
Damn it, why'd you keep running?
I didn't.
I am gonna win, though.
Yeah, I noticed. But, where was I? Oh, dogs. Now, I imagine dogs would actually be pretty much a pain in the ass for fire team, but also predator. Now, you might be wondering why. Oh, wait, you do see that? Alright. Basically, I say basically too much, don't I?
Nah, you're good, you're good.
I see the dogs basically becoming like a threat for fire team and also the guerrilla forces. I fucked that up again, didn't I? I should wait to explain that, but basically, I'm saying fuck's sakes. I want to see like dogs as like guerrilla trained dogs, like guerrilla dogs basically. That would actually be a strange hybrid to see. I just realized that. But how do I explain it? Basically, I believe dogs would have the same ability as, like, the wolves. But here's the thing. When a dog will howl, it'll bark basically loud when another dog near it's killed or a gorilla, alerting the guerrilla forces and other dogs. But here's the thing. Dogs, I imagine, would also have basically armor on them. Like a bulletproof vest-like thing. Basically, when fire teams shoot at them to try to stop them in that, they won't take as much damage. But I imagine some dogs will actually not have armor on them.
Okay.
Now, I imagine dogs would be the same type of threat to, like, a predator, including the other thing, but that is pretty much it for the dogs. What other animals?
How about exiled predators?
I was just about to get to the NPCs. He's here in a moment, but there's two other animals. The next animal I want to actually see is, believe it or not, snakes.
Good idea, but we already discussed that.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
Was it on camera?
Yeah.
Oh, so like pythons and regular snakes?
Yeah.
Like how the predator should be able to like grab them from a tree, bite their heads off to get food, or maybe throw them at fire team members?
Yeah.
Or just let them slither on the tree? Alright. Are you sure? I thought that was off camera.
I promise, we talked about it, bro.
Alright, so I guess there's one more thing then. Dang, I thought we already... So the last thing is actually... crocodiles.
Ah, good idea.
So you know how we have like water maps that include like, well, maps that have water in them? I would
Yeah.
actually like to see crocodiles and alligators. Now, I imagine crocodiles and alligators, when fire team has to go into water, they're basically trying to stay in the open and try to get the predator to come to them. But the predator, there's always will be predators who will shoot at people from the trees. I want to add like animals like snakes or maybe even like jaguars that will actually force the predator to have to get out of the tree. So they'll actually have to fight fire team like in a straight up fight. Because you know people don't like it when you have to fight like somebody from a distance all the time. Because then there's like the predator who just keeps shooting you until you're dead. That's no fun. But basically, I imagine alligators and crocodiles would act as like this thing that fire team will have to keep an eye out for. Crocodiles and alligators are able to dive underneath the water and will basically have like little bubbles that appear in the water in that. Now, due to the fact that the crocodiles are under the water in that, and on the beaches, the sandy beaches in that, they're hidden to the predator. The predator cannot see them, basically. Because they're covered in mud, usually, in that. Now, I imagine if the predator got too close, an alligator or a crocodile will lunge at the predator, and basically there will be two types of struggle situations. One, the alligator or crocodile lunges and latches onto the predator's leg, to which the predator has to pry the crocodile's jaws open, to which case it would get an option to basically either A, kill it and take its skull as a trophy, or B, throw the crocodile or alligator in a different direction. Now, I imagine there will be like two different sizes of like crocodiles and alligators. There will be like the baby size, which is, well, not a baby size, it's like an adult size. It's basically the size of like a leg or something. And then there's like the giant size ones, or big ones. And hell, where I'm standing right now, this would be a perfect spot for there to be alligators in that. Now, I imagine they would also attack like guerrilla forces who walk in the water. However, here's what I imagine. I imagine, let's say there's like a gorilla on like a deck to like a wooden like beam or that, and there's another one who just goes patrolling in the water. Next thing you know, an alligator comes up and bites them in the back of the neck and basically pulls them under, like does like a weird flip thing. Basically, I imagine the other like gorilla will actually say something along these lines. Means, watch where you step. There's fucking gators in the water, basically. And other like gorillas who are in the water will immediately stop and try to book it to shore, basically, and stay out of the water. And will immediately go into a different area. Or they'll just patrol on top of the decks and that. And that's pretty much it for the animals. Do you have any more you want to add in, or no?
For animals?
Yeah. Damn. You did not just switch to Predator.
I did.
Shit. Alright, so what were we going to move on to? Classes or AIs? NPCs?
AIs, yeah.
Now, I came up with this idea for basically... Or do you want to go first?
You can go ahead.
So I came up with like a friendly AI that'll actually help you fight gorillas and even the Predator.
What's that?
That is rebels. Well, you have gorilla... No, rebel like forces, like humans. They're basically these people who aren't like... Well, I guess gorillas are kind of rebels, but I guess this is like more of a group of people... Well, you know how some of the missions they talk about like people being forced out of the villages and that? By the guerrilla forces? These would be rebels to the guerrillas who are basically pushing the guerrillas back out of the villages and that. And I imagine there'll be like new structures in like some of the original maps, including the new maps. Like, you have a chance to come across a like rebel camp, which is usually just like a couple of tents and like some friendly rebels. And let's say you head up to one of them as like fire team members, you basically have the option to tell one of the rebels to follow you, basically becoming like a companion who will follow you and fight for you, basically.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool idea, right?
Yeah.
Now, I also imagine there will be like rebel dogs. It's basically regular dogs that are actually like fighting with the rebels, like they're pets basically. Now, I imagine rebels would look almost like guerrilla forces, except they have like different type of gear on them, and their gear does not look like militaristic or that.
Kill this fucking thing!
It was a good try, though.
They should make it so you're able to actually kill the predator with a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's extremely hard to do.
Oh, you want it to be easier.
Yeah, it'd be like
to give the predator like bleeding
No,
damage.
like I mean, make it so like when it's like one person left, and if they're out of ammo or that, like they run completely out. They need to make it so you can actually attack the predator with basically a knife, and the knife does even more damage.
Okay.
But what else was I? Oh yeah, you mentioned like predators, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, hold on, I see you up here.
Oh.
See this?
Who will win?
The guy who's killing you.
Why can't I do the heavy attack? I couldn't attack anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a... I was like, why can't I attack anymore? It's because I was out of energy. Don't get behind me! Dick.
How am I a dick? I didn't want to die.
Exactly. They face your death like a predator. Honor. Ah, you have to follow the predator's honorary code.
True. Oh, wait, shit, where was it? So, fuck, I fucked up something. Oh, yeah, NPCs. So I mentioned rebels, including, like, their dogs and that, who would actually help, like, the fire team. Well, there's another type of person I want to add in, and that is civilians, basically.
Shit.
Basically tribal, or not tribal, villagers, basically. They're people from those villages. Some of them, like, let's say that a guerrilla-controlled village has, like, people on their knees with, like, their hands bound and that. And let's say, like, a fire team, like, let's say if you went in as fire team and you basically killed the guerrillas in the area without alerting them or that, or if you alert them in that, you basically have this, well, you wouldn't have this option. There's, like, actually, yeah, let's say that you go up to, like, one of the prisoners in that. You can basically untie them, making it so they're free in that. Now,
hold still and face your death.
where are you?
Hiding.
Up here.
Hold on.
Are you sure?
Yeah, pretty damn sure.
Why are you hiding behind the tree then? Face your death like a
I don't
predator!
want to die.
Now you know how I felt. But yeah, basically, I imagine there would be like this. You know how like you have the radios that allow you to call reinforcements, basically revives.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine there would be like a new type of radio where basically.
Oh, come on. Damn it.
Where basically you can actually call in guerrilla forces, to which case they will head into like the village in that, and basically declare it like a safe zone.
Oh, I can see that.
Basically, I imagine when you free like villagers or that, or basically civilians, they'll actually hide in the huts or try to go underneath the huts and hide. until basically rebels show up or like everybody's like dead. Like I imagine if you clear it out, you could call in like or not the rebels, the guerrillas. If they're all dead, basically you call in the rebels and they'll secure the village basically. And when you head back there, no other like guerrillas or even soldiers will be in there. Oh, I would also like to see some chickens in that. We do see pigs in that, but we don't... Well, they're not really pigs, they're hogs.
Oh, like livestock, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see livestock in that. Face your death like a predator.
You did.
No, you take your own advice. But yeah, I would like to see livestock, and I would like to see basically like the option to be able to save people. Do you have any NPCs you would like that, or?
No, good.
Well, there's one other like
rogue predators.
Oh yeah, like bad bloods basically. I actually came up with something for that, but you go first.
Like how some predators are like exiled away from the predator tribes. Some of them could like come to Earth and help the humans fight off.
So basically, traitors, bad bloods, or even rogues.
Pretty much.
That actually makes me think of something. Like, I thought of like a game mode, but I think it could be like a rare like NPC spawn or something. Basically, I imagine... Oh wait, I took it over from you, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. How'd you know I was here?
I saw the blood dripping down for the thing.
Damn it.
How'd you think?
That how? Bleeding over there.
Alright, so something they could add in for like a game mode or even like a rare spawn for an NPC is actually basically a bad blood predator. Or maybe an exiled predator. Basically, an exiled predator does not care about like the hunt or anything. It's basically this predator that will cloak when Fireteam is near it and won't want to fight them.
I can see that.
However, here's the thing. I imagine if you're playing as like a rogue, or not like as a rogue predator, as a Fireteam, and if you spot the rogue predator, the predator will either try to run away or fight you off. But when it gets to like really low health, it'll try to run away. Now the rogue predator could be like a male or female. However, when you get into like a certain type of health, like maybe a couple inches before dying, the rogue predator will have like this rare opportunity to do something that you might not expect. It'll basically surrender. To which case, you don't have like the option to kill it anymore. It basically gets on its knees and you can go up to it and basically handcuff it or tie its hands. To which case, Fireteam will then have to actually protect the predator from the other predator, including the gorillas.
Oh, that'd be a little tough.
I know. Basically, the predator will have the... It'll not... Like, its mission will change. Like, instead of it hunting, it'll get its own mission to basically kill that predator. Now, I imagine Fireteam will be able to basically make the predator move. Like, you can go up to it and basically... Let's say you go up to it, press square or circle or whatever button you have. Basically to make it so it'll move. Like, it'll move. Like, let's say a Fireteam member goes up to it, presses square, it'll show an action of the Fireteam member grabbing, like, the predator's arm, at least to the other Fireteam members. On the Fireteam member's screen, it'll just show the predator walking next to them.
Oh,
to which case you can move it into, like, a building or that.
Yeah, that could...
Now, I imagine, like, rogue predators or exile... Like, I imagine an exile predator is a predator who basically was exiled and is trying to hunt down like something dangerous to actually reclaim its honor and join like a new tribe.
I could see that.
Now, I imagine like a exiled predator would actually attack the fire team members, including the other predator, if it's like from a rival tribe or that, or clan.
I'm trying not to die so bad.
That's pretty much it for that. As for the Bad Blood, I imagine the Bad Blood predator is basically a predator that is a really rare spawn, and will actually basically attack the predator, fire team, rebels, civilians, including basically the other like non-worthy trophies in that. It's basically a predator who's trying to kill everything. When that predator spawns in, and when the main predator, like the player, sees that predator, they get a new mission, including fire team, and that is to basically kill the predator, the Bad Blood. Now, I imagine there'd be like a... Damn. I imagine basically for like this like opportunity, like when a Bad Blood like is like discovered or invades, I guess it could be like a Bad Blood invasion type thing. Basically, you get like a radio from like Voodoo, or not Voodoo, what was his name? Or what was they called? I guess HQ for basically fire team. You'll basically have like them radio you saying they have a rogue predator in the area, or a predator. I guess they'll call it a psycho predator, and basically the mission parameters change. You still have to complete your mission, but you also have to kill this predator, or you get the options to either complete your mission or kill this predator. I imagine if you actually kill the predator or that, you'll have like the option to actually fight the other predator, or get like this game ending scene where it actually shows the player. Clash still. Hit the wrong button there. Where it'll show basically the players, like the fire team, including like the predator, actually looking at each other, and basically the predator giving like the fire team members like a weapon such as a spear or elder sword or something as like a sign of respect because they hunted together basically. Get what I'm saying or no?
Yeah, I get it.
Basically, I imagine like a Bad Blood predator would be like an extremely rare spawn, or maybe it could just be like a game mode like invasion type thing. But I imagine once you kill like the Bad Blood in that, you have like the option to basically allow the predator to activate the Bad Blood's like self-destruct sequence or device. Mm-hmm. Or you could just fight both of them and basically kill that other predator, in which case you'll have to wait for like the OWF to show up to gather like the predator bodies. And you get like a bigger bonus for having 2 predator bodies.
Oh, cool.
What did you have in mind for like other like types of predators or that?
Classes.
Oh, classes. All right.
For the fire team, tribal classes, where like the gorilla take over and shit, or the gorilla just take over. Why not have like tribal people that belonged in there and
like tribal people including villagers in that.
Yeah.
Like they can make it so there's like a interesting name for like certain classes in that. Like you can make it so like they have like a backstory to them, that sort of thing.
Mhm.
I actually came up with like 2 people from like those villages who've been pushed out, but do you have like any like ideas for names or like classes or that for them? Like what they use and that sort of thing?
Trying to think of something like a. No, I can't think of anything.
Alright. Alright, I have one, and it's called the... excuse me. Now, this name is basically like a work in progress thing. It's called the Hunter. It's basically, it shows like this villageman, and who's basically has like some skulls like on his belt. And you see him with like a wolf pelt on his like head and that, and like going down on his shoulders. You see him basically carrying like this rifle that has like a silencer to it. it like naturally, but he basically comes with a new knife. And that knife is a machete, and it does twice as more damage than like all the knives that the fire team members have combined. Also, the hunts, I guess he could be called the huntsman instead of the hunter. Basically, the huntsman actually has like a special basically he has a faster movement speed, but he's naturally quiet. The predator won't hear him like running or that. And due to the fact he like is adept at like hunting and that, he has like a quieter heartbeat. So if he's not moving in that, the predator, when it does like that one like thing to make it so they can see where the fire team is, like to detect heartbeats and that.
Hello?
Network issue there. What the hell?
Yeah, I have no idea. I can't do anything.
Oh, don't tell me it crashed. I don't want to have to make a part 2.
Hopefully it was just the game that crashed.
I'm still able to move. My video is still going.
Kick me out.
Wait, I'm playing by myself right now?
Yeah, kick me out.
Alright,
Should
leave
show-
match. I'll just send you a new invite. What the fuck? Ah, fuck, I forgot where I was at.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, right, the huntsman. Well, basically he's able to move quieter, and if he, like, crouches down and does not move, like, he can move his gun around in that, like, you can look around in that, but if he does not, like, move a lot, the predator can't see his heartbeat. So if he muds up and he's in, like, a bush in that, and the predator jumps down to attack the other fire members, he could actually get, like a shot on the predator. Now, the next person is basically... fuck, what was the idea for... Oh, the tracker. It's basically, this woman who was from, like, the village in that. She uses basically a new weapon that you could equip as, like, a sidearm, or, like, a main weapon, and that is a crossbow.
Oh, that actually could work. Would it be in, like, the pistol section?
Yeah, basically. Now, the lady uses basically a crossbow, but instead of grenades, she actually has throwing knives.
Oh, that could be fun.
Now, when she uses the throwing knives, the predator actually has to pull the knife out, otherwise he'll have like a bleeding effect. Sounds good, right?
Yeah.
Now, I imagine her look will look mostly like the huntsman, but it'll be different. It'll basically have like the villager slash tribal like look. She'll have basically tribal face paint on. I imagine like a skull or that. Out of like a, not like that Mr. Bones thing. Like it's something else. Basically, I imagine she'll also have like her hair like braided in that, and basically have like some bone, like a bone necklace around her neck and that. While also having like some armor, like modern day like armor, like fuck, I can't remember the name of that. Sorry about the, like the huntsman. No, it's like a broadcast audio and gameplay are being broadcasted again. Okay, it's like how do I put this? Did you get the invite?
Yeah, I got it.
It's like, fuck it. Basically, she has like this perk. It's like a new perk. I call it the pain in the neck, basically. When she shoots like a crossbow bolt at like an enemy or that, if the enemy, like a gorilla, is still alive, you'll see them basically trying to pull the bolt out of them. However, here's the thing. If like the gorilla stand next to a wall, she shoots like the crossbow, or the player character shoots the crossbow, and it hits them in the arm, and they're right next to a wall, like really close, their arm becomes pinned, basically to the wall. If you hit them in the arm that's holding the gun, they're unable to shoot the gun, and here's the thing, they're unable to pull the bolt out. And they're basically stuck there. You there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
What do you think of that?
That actually sounds fun.
I mean, it would be...
Try to avoid it, so.
Yeah. I mean, like, with the throwing knives, the Predator has to just pull it out like that, but with a bow, I imagine the Predator will actually have to jiggle the arrow a bit and basically pull it out, or maybe just snap it off.
Kind of like on Far Cry Primal.
Yeah, basically.
You would like snap the arrowhead and then pull the rest of the arrow out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Now, I do imagine one other class for like fire team, and that is the, well, it's called the, shit, I had a clever name but I forgot. I'll just call it the Rebel, like the other rebels. It's basically a person who's going against like the guerrillas. He looks like a normal like person. He's wearing like normal like clothing and that, but he has like some paint for his tribe and that on him. And he's wearing like a bulletproof vest and he's carrying like an AK-47. And he has like a radio headset on. Not including like a hat. Now, my idea for like their backstories is for the huntsman, he's basically a hunter who hunted for like his tribe and that. And lost his wife and daughter to basically the guerrillas. And his son was captured by like the guerrilla forces. However, he ended up hunting them down, killing every last one of them, and sending his son to another tribe to where his brother's basically taking care of his son. However, now he's starting to hunt down the guerrillas to kick them out of like the territory in that. However, he accidentally attracted the attention of a predator. A predator which is killed by Dutch, who then invites the huntsman to join his little fire team, basically. To hunt down predators and to help push the guerrilla forces out of the area. Now, as for the... what was her name again?
The Huntress?
No, it wasn't the Huntress. Was it the Archer?
The Huntsman.
No, not the Huntsman. It was something else. It was that lady with the crossbow. The Archer? Oh, the Tracker! It was the Tracker. Now, as for the Tracker was basically only child. Her mother, like, died, and her father became, like, ill in that, and had to go to, like, a hospital in one of the actual, like, city areas. Now, she used to hunt and basically track down prey with her father all the time in that. And she decided to stay in the village and help the village, like, track down, like, animals, set traps, that sort of thing. Anyways, one day she ended up finding out somebody actually stole, basically, some livestock, and she wanted to track down the thief. She starts tracking down the thief, only to discover the thief was a gorilla who was skinned alive. And she finds, like, the livestock animals untouched. So she returns the animals, but then she continues tracking whatever killed the person, like, killed the gorilla. She originally thought it was rebels, only to discover it was something else. Something else that started to track her, after it realized it itself was being tracked. To which case, she basically ends up meeting the Predator and joins Dutch's team, just like the other one. Now, as for the Rebel joined up with the fire team to push the, like, guerrillas out of the territory, but learned of an even bigger threat that could possibly threaten the lives of his family and loved ones. Now, his story isn't as sad. Basically, his family was forced out of the village by, like, guerrillas and that. But basically, nobody was harmed, but he still wanted to take his home back. So that's pretty much his story. Not as dramatic as the other two, huh? So what type of, like, classes would you like to see?
For the Predator, are we able to add, like, the hybrid one?
I don't think so. Like, in the comics and that kind of goes against, like, some of the stuff. Like, I think the hybrid Predator is a bad blood, and it doesn't even make sense to me, you know, at all. Like, if you look at the... Oh.
What about in the, like, a special item you can find, like, the Predator killer suits? But it's, like, so rare.
Nah, that would be overkill, dude.
But
Plus,
you
that'd
can
be hard
still
to
die
animate.
from it. get like a 50% chance of actually being allowed to use it. If not, like the springs will lock up and kill you instantly.
Again, that still sounds OP.
Easy.
It could be.
There's two classes I would add for like the Predator. The first one is the Bad Blood. Basically a Predator who basically said fuck the rules and started killing everything, basically. It's basically a Predator who has like a lot more health and is a lot faster, but here's the thing. It can't carry a lot of gear. It can usually like carry only a wrist blade and its sidearm. Like it carries virtually no gear.
Damn it.
So what do you think of that? It basically has virtually no gear, but it has like a high amount of speed, including a high amount of health.
And like its skin is tough, like armor.
No, Bad Bloods aren't like that. Like, I imagine it would not have like a mask. It's like a challenge like class for people. People who want to challenge. Like, it would not have the mask, it would only have like its wrist blades and like a sidearm in that. The next class I would add is actually the Forgotten Predators. If you don't know what the Forgotten Predators are, it's basically, if you look at Predator Hunting, or not Predator Hunting Grounds, Predator 2, the movie, including like the toy line in that, there's like this one class of like Predator that is apparently like a forgotten, like a clan or something. And is basically, I don't know much about it. I'm just called like the Ghost Predator. It's basically a Predator has like this high-tech gear, and I imagine it would add like a new skin to basically. I imagine it would add like a new skin to like the weapons in that, like a cybernetic like skin type thing.
I could see that.
Like the Predator will have like armor that actually covers its entire body, but is like a light type of armor. I imagine it would be like almost like a scout class, or a scout class that actually has like a shit ton more gear, or a medium-sized like health, but a lot of like speed basically. And not that they're like they're, how do I put this? Like their heat vision and like other stuff would last longer even without the perks. Oh, there's one other class I would add. So, you know how we have the elders in that? Well, you know how I made that one build thing called the matriarch?
Yeah.
That's what I would add. Basically a female predator who's like... It's basically a male elder who's basically... It's basically a female elder of like a tribe or that, who's basically the head of a family. You playing a City Hunter?
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to pick anything. You killed me by the time I clicked accept.
That's pretty much it for the classes and that. Oh, I imagine like the matriarch would have a lot of health, but would be a bit slow. Yep, I see you.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh, come on, don't do that to me. Oh, hey, you dead. Yeah, but I'm still gonna die.
Yep.
Oh, no.
So, you have any other predator classes, or?
No?
Or should we move on to new types of weapons and gear?
Like, new types of weapons would be good.
Alright, so I mentioned earlier I would like to see like crossbows, throwing knives, including like a machete. Anything you want to add, or?
How about traps built for the predator?
Oh, like gorilla made like traps or that, or like human traps.
Yeah.
Like they could add like a homemade predator bear trap, like where the predator can't see it, and when they run into it, they step right on it and basically become trapped. Or maybe a type of net gun thing. Oh, I just realized they could add like a new feature that would make it so you can capture the regular predator, like the player predator, alive. Like, when you down like a predator, or let's say you have like a certain type of net thing, and this would only be able to work if they're like down and you net them. Basically, when the predator's down, you can net the predator. Like, it could be like a net gun, and it would be like something you could use, like a grenade or something. It would be in like one of those slots. It wouldn't be in a weapon slot. When the predator is down and bleeding out, basically you pull out, like, you select the weapon and you shoot it at the predator, basically stopping them from activating their self-destruct sequence. Once then, you get up to the predator and you basically cuff them with like these types of handcuffs that are made out of the same technology as like the gauntlets and that. Basically, you're restraining them, and then you have to protect them like you do the other predators I mentioned, like the, I guess the rogue predators. But as for weapons, I would like to see like I guess new types of guns in that, like I guess more types of predator tech guns for fire team, and like new types of weapons and that.
Yeah, man, I was gonna say, why won't you die?
Yeah. Actually, I would like to see basically a predator weapon that makes it so the predator uses two like. Oh, I just thought of a new class for predator. The Xeno Hunter.
Oh, like the xenomorph hybrid.
No, it's a predator that hunts down xenomorphs. Basically, when it shows up, it has like a mask that has like a xenomorph skull on it.
Ooh.
And
Like
it uses...
champion.
Yeah, it uses like two wrist blades, basically. And I know there's like a game where there's like a online mode, like a Predator versus Alien game, where there's a Predator that has a xenomorph mask. But I mean an actual
like
Xeno skull as a helmet, not like a mask.
And it would get its own spear as the xenomorph's tail.
Yeah, basically. And it would have a shit ton of health, speed, and gear. It'd be like one of those things you have to unlock at a higher level. And I imagine, like, as a throwing star, it could use basically, it could use like a... Damn, I guess it could use like a throwing star. You know those throwing discs? Like, it's not like the spin disc, it's like the one with those sharpened blades. They could add that into the game. Like, that weapon from Alien vs. Predator. Like, the first movie, not the second one. And yes, there is 2 movies.
I know.
For some reason, my old man didn't believe there was 2 movies.
Why not?
I don't know. I told him and my stepmother that there was 2 movies. They said, no, there ain't. Then when we went to Walmart, I grabbed it, went up to them and said, see, 2 movies. It was back when I was younger. Well, they were actually shocked because they thought I was bullshitting. I mean, this was back when I was really young, but anyways, I got off track. But I imagine, like, the Xeno Hunter would be this predator that has a unique, like, roar to it. Kind of like how the female predators have, like, their own roar now. I imagine, basically, the Xeno Hunter will make a predator roar that ends up turning into, like, a xenomorph screech.
Oh, that could be cool.
That would be
like
cool.
Using its vocals as like a war horn sort of thing.
Yeah, it like when it does the roar, it turns into a xenomorph screech. Like the mask opens up a bit.
Kill this fucking thing!
I hate that weapon. Ah, shit. What else was I? Oh yeah, they need to add like new types of Predator weapons as well. Or new types of weapons for Fireteam as well. Like, they should make it so there's a weapon that makes it so, like, oh, they could make a track and dart. Like a track and dart gun. They make it so you fire it at the Predator, and basically the Predator is, like, being tracked. Like, it's something that's in the Predator. And the Predator basically has to cut it out of themselves. Like, it'll show, like, an action, like, the Predator squats down or sits down and basically grab, like, a knife, like a Predator knife, and basically carve the device out. Like, say you got them in the leg or in the back or that, it'll just show them cutting their chest or that to get it out. And then, like, it'll show them, like, pulling the device out or pulling it off the knife and then crushing it in their hand.
I could see that.
Oh, we need to talk about, like, some game features that the Predator and Marine should be able to do. That could, like, actually change, like, combat in that. Do you have any ideas, or...? No, just me this time? Alright, I think the Marines should be able to have, like, a stealthy, like a stealthy takedown or something. Wait, could you stay still for a minute?
No?
I'm not those shoot. I'm not those shoot.
Uh-huh.
Okay, just imagine, like... Okay, goblins, imagine this. Imagine, like, you are coming up behind, like, a player or that, and you're basically moving slowly, crouched down. There should be a prompt where you
get
could
like
actually...
a critical hit.
Like, yeah, or you can grab them, pull them back to, like, a certain area, and then kill
Turn
them.
them around real quickly.
Yeah, like, you can grab them, basically have a knife to them, where you can then have, like, three choices. A, you kill them. B, you interrogate them, to which case you then see every location of every single guerrilla person in the area. Including hostages in that. And then, the final one, you basically incapacitate the guerrilla person. Basically, you tie them up in that. To which case you get more points for, like, I imagine there would be, like, an altered, like, scoreboard, where you basically have, like, kills, Predator kills, time, basically, points add up, or, I fucked up that. Basically, you have kills, Predator kills, and then captures. Captures basically will be either called captures or intel. Basically, it's where, like, the guerrillas are sent back to HQ and are interrogated for intel on, like, movements and that, and it'll give you more points.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should really get some sleep.
Alright, I'll just mention the maps real quick then, including game modes. So, as for maps, I want to see tree maps added into Predator Hunting Grounds. I don't know about Chris here, but the first one is a city map, like out of the jungle type thing, where you're basically moving around in a city or that. It could be like an urban city, or maybe even like a city out in like a jungle place or desert place. And desert place kind of gives away the next thing. I want to see like a desert map. Like, you're out in, like, a desert-like area where you still have, like, jungles and that, but you're moving around. And the next one is a winter map. Like, I want to see, like, a snow compound, that sort of thing. Like, instead of you going... Yeah, like, instead of you going against, like, guerrillas, you go against, like, Stargazer people. Like, ex-Stargazer. Like, they have, like, military gear on. That's better than guerrillas, that sort of thing. And as for game modes, 4 game modes come to mind. First one is Bad Blood Invasion. Basically, you're playing a regular match of hunting and that, and let's say in the middle of the match, you basically hear like the Predator and the like fire team pick up like a radio broadcast of a helicopter going down, and you see like an explosion in the middle of any map. Then you go to the area where there's like a crash site, and you basically, when you get there, or basically a cut screen happens, where either another player, or this could be like an NPC, of a Bad Blood, basically a super Bad Blood, decked out in different type of gear, lifts up a pilot, and basically slams its fist into his jaw, basically snapping his neck and killing him, to which the Bad Blood then just tosses him aside. and then looks to see the fire team and then the predator, and then does a predator roar at them while also pulling out like its wrist blades. To which case the predator and the fire team will either have to work together to kill it, or will have to fight basically a three-way battle, where the fire team will have like rebels and that come to their aid and try to help kill the bad blood predator, or basically kill the predator and the bad blood predator.
How about a city map, since there's the city hunter?
Yeah, I did come up with like a city map. The city map would actually change the classes in that a little. It would basically add like a new skin to them. Basically, the city map is like, when you enter like a city map, there's like a new mission or that. It's like it's basically you're dealing with some Stargazer people who are selling like predator guns to gang members and that. And you have to like fight new types of guerrillas that are basically gang bangers, or even Stargazer soldiers, or black market dealers. Basically, you have to go through like the map and that. But it makes me come up with a new game mode called Operator. It's basically where you're like sent in as like fire team during like a nighttime thing. You drop down on a roof and you have to sneak through the building. Throughout the building, you basically have to find like this person who was captured by Stargazer. It's like either a mayor or a senator or something, and you have to escort them out of the building, keep them alive. But here's the thing: during the event, a predator will actually join in the match and basically be trying to actually kill the hostage. Now, I imagine there could also be like a secondary hostage that's actually a Stargazer person who has intel on the predator, and the predator has to try to kill him, and also the other person. Why fire team has to actually defend them. And I imagine like the fire team would have like more health and be able to do more damage in this game mode. I imagine it'll be more based on the predator trying to get the target while also trying to avoid the fire team.
That could actually work.
Yep. And the next one is called Betrayal. Betrayal is where you're playing as like a predator who's helping fire team attack like another predator. It's basically
like an infant predator who was raised by like the fire team or raised by a Dutch.
Like, I imagine it's like, this is what I imagine. I imagine a predator ship of like an outcast predator, like outcast predators, like a mated pair, crash to Earth, to which case they then, like, OWLF finds like this young predator and ends up taking them in. Or it could be like a outcast predator joined up with the military government and helps them basically stop like attacks from other nations and that. Because let's face facts, if the nation like tried claiming an alien attacked their president and tried blaming it on the United States, other nations would think they're insane. Basically, I imagine, like, during this match, basically there will be more than one predator in the lobby. It'll be basically probably 3 regular predators.
And then the predator goes to hunt the fire team.
Yeah, I imagine it'll be like 2 or 3 predators, like, who are hunting the fire team. They're basically a hunting party. And I imagine, like, when they start off, they're basically looking for, like, the fire team and this predator to kill. And this predator is basically helping the fire team complete their mission. I imagine it'll be 6 fire team members, plus this new predator. Plus add in the rebels, it'll be like one hell of a fight for each side. And the last game mode is... what was it again? Oh, yeah, now I remember. Blooded. Now, you might be wondering what Blooded is. Blooded is more of a story-like mode for, like, the Predator. Or I was imagining, like, a story mode for Fire Team as well that takes them into the different maps where they complete, like, missions and that, like stealth ops or go in heavy. It's like a training-like thing. While adding, like, a story to, like, the character you're playing as. Like the Fire Team member, where it shows you, like, talking the Dutch in, like, a chopper or that. I imagine, like, the Blooded, like, thing would basically be you playing as a young blood predator, fighting basically different, like, challenges in that. You're basically hunting down different animals in that, like bears or even leopards or that, and then eventually you work your way up to, like, Fire Team members. and eventually you kill basically this one fire team member who was actually like a person who was working directly underneath Dutch. Like he was trained to kill predators and that, and he actually had like a predator knife as his own knife.
Oh, what if there's like a human predator?
Oh, that could
Like
be
like a human who was with the predators and was hunting fire team, but he
Yeah,
was
they're-
also human.
Yeah, that would actually work. There's like human predators who actually join like predators in that clans.
It
But
has,
I
like,
imagine-
human
oh, go ahead.
predator armor and stuff.
Yeah, that would actually work.
That would be
Although they would probably have the same health as fire team though, unless they're wearing the predator gear. But I imagine like the blooded thing would basically be like these missions where you actually hunt down like bad blood predators or other stuff, and basically you become blooded and you start getting more gear in that. And I imagine after you kill basically Dutch's like disciple, I guess, you end up grabbing the knife and attach it to your own wrist blade. Like I imagine you have like a single wrist blade, and then you attach it, and then the predator has like a double wrist blade. Another thing I think would basically show like I think they should add clans. Like you basically have an opportunity to mark your like mask with like clan markings and that. And there should be like this thing where like there's new type of entry things. Like let's say a predator ship is like starting to land. Like you know what I'm talking about, like the openings to the match and that. Let's say a predator ship just lands, and let's say you're playing as like a clan thing, like you picked your clan, like you can make it so you're playing as like a female predator, you pick like only a female like clan, or maybe a clan that's mixed, or all male clan, or hell, even you're just like a solo hunter or something. Like let's say it shows you landing on the planet, your clan mates go in opposite directions, one of them basically taps you on the shoulder and basically heads off in another direction, and then you just go forward, and next thing you know it shows you like hunting or that. Or instead of the fire team always arriving on the chopper, it'll show you arriving in a vehicle with like some rebels. You hop out of the vehicle, the rebels basically give you a thumbs up or that and like drive off, leaving you with 2 of their men or 0 of their men. Or basically you walking for the jungle, basically some of you talking while also like patrolling in that. Kind of like in the very first Predator Hunting Grounds like trailer. Or like you entering on a boat, depending on like the location you pick to spawn in.
That would be good.
But you said you had to hit the hay?
Yeah, get some sleep.
Alright, goblins. So, my buddy here needs to get some sleep. I hope you goblins enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button in that. And we might make a part 2. It all really depends. If we're able to come up with more stuff in that.
Yeah, we
Oh,
might.
there's one last thing I wanted to add. Remember how I talked about like the being able to sneak up on somebody and knife them in that? I think the Predator should be able to do the exact same thing. Like, I'm not talking about like the stealth kill, I'm talking about like the Predator walks up to like a gorilla person, or a fire team member who's low on health and is crawling on the ground. The Predator should be able to lift them up, jump away, and basically kill them in a different area. But they should be able to choose how like they killed them, like basically skin them and hang them from a tree, like they can jump onto a tree, or like say like just tear out their skull in that.
I actually have a good idea too. Like the critical hits, like you talked about before.
Yep.
What about critical hits from above? Like if the predator's like leaning down trying to get a stealth attack, and you can see him
Oh,
like
that could
trying
work.
to do that, you can jump down on his shoulders and like stab him
As a Predator or as fire team?
as a fire team.
Oh, that could work. Like, make it so like the fire team can climb certain trees, and as the Predator is like fighting somebody, you can jump down and get him in the back of the neck, and the Predator has to struggle to try to get you off.
Of course, he'll like throw you off and he'll deal a little bit of damage, but it's still like another critical hit.
Yeah. Oh, I thought of something for like the Bad Blood Predator when you're playing as like a Bad Blood during like a game mode. Let's say like if you're playing as the Bad Blood who invades, and there's like only one fire team member left or that, or even a Predator who's like down, and the Predator has to activate the self-destruct sequence. Let's say the Predator, you have like an option to kill the Predator or defuse the sequence, to which case you then see like the Bad Blood grab the Predator by the neck, drag him towards like a ship, and then a cutscene happens where you're back at the Bad Blood Predator's camp, and you see the Predator tied up to like a stick, like in the movie like Predators, where you see the Predator as like a hostage, or you see like fire team members with their hands like bound like above them, and they're like hanging from a tree or that, still alive, being used as hostages basically.
Oh, what about the Predator dogs?
Oh.
When you have a Predator ally, and it's just gonna give a disadvantage to the Predator.
You
So
know
have,
there
like, the
is like a
Predator dog
Predator dog
look
that
like
does not have the Predator head, right? From the movie The Predators, there's like this hound, I think it's called the Hellhound. It has like spikes in that. I think that should be added in. Not the Predator dogs where they have like the Predator faces. Those things I did not like. I think they were only like a one-time thing added, like made by the hybrid himself. That's pretty much it. But anyways, goblins, if you liked our ideas in that, leave a comment down below for your idea, and it might be in the next video. We hope to actually make some more of these talk videos in that. Maybe somebody who made the Predator game or are working on future updates in that see this video, and hopefully they add some of our ideas in that. I do hope to actually see like a single player campaign where you're basically learning more about like the history and what's going on, but that's pretty much it. And again, go check out Chris of the Abyss channel to join his Abyss Assassins, and if you are a Goblin Outlaw, become a Goblin Outlaw Assassin, or a Goblin Assassin over there. And that is pretty much it for this video. This is my last video of the night. I'm going to go have dinner and that, so again, go subscribe to him. He has 91 subscribers.
You don't have to. Don't listen to him. You don't have to subscribe to me. Subscribe to him. He's
Hey,
better.
I have 15. You have 91. Let's
He's
see
better.
who's better.
Subscribe to him.
Alright, subscribe to Scully the Goblin, aka me. Some of my videos are crap, other are pretty good. I plan on making a talk video that I hope to make probably later on this month or week, where I'm talking about what I hope to see for the next Mass Effect game, and what I hope to see in the next Jurassic World Evolution 2 game. And that is pretty much it. So again, we might make another video of this, being part 2, and we might not. We might make a series called the Ark Hillbillies, or even maybe the Hillbilly Hunters will make a return. But yeah, goblins, if you like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to join our little band of Goblin Outlaws and our little Goblin tribe here on YouTube. Hit the bell notification so you always stay notified. Leave a like, leave a comment for your suggestions and that, and why not? Go to his channel and leave a like on his videos. And remember to check out my other videos. But without further ado, to my fellow gums out there, may your pockets be full of gold, may your loot be plentiful, and may you always have a village or a kingdom nearby that you can loot and plunder to your heart's content. And without further ado, I'm Scully the Goblin, and this was our little discussion with Chris of the Abyss. Peace out, see you in the next one, and goodbye!